Everybody in the Discord got a screenshot today. Green numbers on their phones while I'm breaking down again. Some kid with the rocket emoji says he turned $1,000 to 10. I've heard that story 50 times, but I'm listening again. My watch has got me feeling like I'm staring at a slot machine. One more spin, one more candle, one more thing to chase a dream. Said I wasn't gonna trade today, I lasted 20 minutes flat. Now I'm buying weekly options with conviction. I don't ever know better, yeah, know better now. But every time I say I'm done, the market drags me back around. One more trade. Everybody's got a system, everybody's got a course. Everybody's posting profits, nobody's posting remorse. I got charts all on my monitor and stress lines on my face. Every lesson that I've learned is one mistake I had to pay. Mom says I should quit trading, get a normal job instead, but she doesn't understand the voices living in my head. Every ticker looks attractive when the market starts to run, and every loss becomes a comeback story waiting to be spun. I know better, yeah, I know better now. But every time I think I'm out, the opening bell gets loud. One more trade. I got screenshots of the winners say forever on my phone. Funny how I never save the ones that sent me home alone. I remember every moonshot, every squeeze, every run. Forget the 1,000 bad decisions that financed all the fun. One more trade.
Oh, brother, oh, brother, oh, brother. Good morning, and welcome back to another episode of the Matt Kohrs Show, where we are here to talk about inflation. We're here to talk about Micron earnings, but most importantly, we're talking about the newest, the hottest Wall Street bets squeeze. We're talking about the genius behind the Baconator. We're talking about the creative imagination that brought us the Frosty. We're talking about Wendy's. WEN is the ticker. Wendy's, the fast food chain. It's up another, what did it gain? 25% yesterday. It's up another 12% today. It's just the insanity of the stock market. Some things just have such a perfect mixture that makes it so well primed to be a squeeze. And when you mix that, when you mix that all together, and the fact that it has 35% short interest, and there's not really the most going on in the world of the squeeze category, it means all focus is on this bad mamma jamma, and here we are. So I want to talk about it. I want to break it down. I actually am fairly confident in the statement that in the world of streamers and influencers who can talk about stock squeezes, I actually believe I legitimately know the most. I've lived through this multiple times. We brought actual experts onto the show. Folks, obviously, I'm not the expert, but we've learned enough from actual experts to break down truly what is happening here. And this morning, last night, as I was scrolling through, reading stuff on Reddit, Twitter, watching videos on Rumble, on YouTube, I saw a lot of people putting out somewhat accurate information, somewhat erroneous information. So I kind of want to break that down, especially for those of you who maybe are a little bit new to this. I don't know how many of you are in this, playing it, not playing it. I just want to let you know one clear thing. And I say this a lot, and I try to really make this clear in the day of GME and the day of AMC. So I'm going to look you guys straight in the eyes and make this very, very clear. This is a phenomenal trade. This is for active traders. This is not just arbitrarily an investment. When things squeeze, they don't stay at the squeeze value. Gravity wins out and they come back down. So if you want to play to the upside, great, but it's an active trade. You got to get in. When it starts to tilt, you got to get out. And then obviously you could play it back to the downside. I want to be very, very clear. This is an active trade, not an investment. I know a lot of people end up conflating these things and they turn active trades into investments. They turn investments into active trades, this, that, the other thing. I understand that it seems so similar because it's playing out on the same field, the stock market. But active trading and investing are two wildly different things. So this play, Wendy's, can you make a lot of money to the upside? Yes, it's already gone up a lot. Will you eventually be able to make a lot of money to the downside? Also, yes. But does that mean you should just get into it and think that it's an investment and it's going to squeeze, stay at that level, and you'll be back in 5-10 years? No, it is an active trade. So please remember that. A good rule of thumb is when you're up a decent amount of money, why not just get your stop to break even? Take all your risk off the table. And that means the worst case scenario is you got some lulls around the way and that's it. So I think that's a really decent rule of thumb is when you're up a good chunk of money, get your stop on your play to break even, just so you're not risking anything. I think that's a very reasonable, healthy way to approach it. So I just want to get that out there because right now I see this getting more and more traction. I mean, dude, 2 days ago, this thing traded 7 million. Yesterday traded in excess of 200 million. So this stock has way more traction than just even the word traction. So I want to get the general TLDR, good management, good mindset stuff out of the way as we talk more and more about Wendy's. And then throughout the show today, we can get into the nitty gritty of short interest, days to cover. We could talk about what is a gamma squeeze, what is not a gamma squeeze, playing it with stocks versus options. Can you play the two? Should you be selling premium? We're going to get into the nitty gritty of the actual details, giving you actual information. We could talk about exchange halts. We had some yesterday, limit up halts. We could talk about what are dark pools, what are these different trading venues, what is trading in what is a dark pool, does it impact price, does it not impact price? Like I said, folks, this isn't our first rodeo. If you're here in the Macroeconomic community, you've probably seen this before with AMC. You probably saw it before with GME. You probably saw it before with a myriad of other plays. But remember, there's always new people coming in, and it's obviously our jobs to open them with, open, warm arms. We're going to be nice today. I assume because this is a completely new subject matter, I'm assuming we're going to see a lot of new kids in chat today, a lot of new fellow D-Gen. So if you happen to be a veteran member of the community, let's play nice today. Let's play nice today. Mods, also same thing. We're going to play nice today. I'm expecting it to be a little bit crazy, a little bit different. So everyone just, hey, times are a-changing. It's going to be a little bit insane. Break out your favorite MILF cat shirt, and we're just going to see how this actually goes. But, let's put those mitts on today. We're going to be playing nice. We're definitely going to be playing nice. So with all that in mind, let me switch it up. There are other important things going on today. The SPY is up. The Qs are gapping up. Micron is up. And then obviously Wendy's is up. But Micron's up as well. It's up 18%. SPY is up 0.8%. And the Qs are up 2%. So we have other things to get into. So very quickly, we'll take you from last night to this morning. Last night, we heard the earnings from Micron. Remember, this week, especially yesterday, it was the only update in the world of AI. And the recent sell-off in the SPY and especially the NASDAQ was because it came into question of what's going on with the AI trade. So obviously this was the measure of the AI trade. And as you can see, Micron destroyed in its earnings, which is why it's now up 18%, new all-time high. Revenue 41.46 billion versus the estimate of 35.59. It didn't just beat, it beat handedly. The adjusted EPS 2511 versus 2060 destroyed there, and the guidance way higher than anticipated. So that was the first hurdle. The second hurdle was this morning, 8:30 a.m. ET, about an hour ago. We got inflation lower than expected, 0.4 headline month over month when the expectation was 0.5. Everything else was in line. So inflation coming in cooler than expected, GDP higher than expected, durable goods higher than expected, initial jobless claims lower than expected. So we got over hurdle 2, 3, 4, 5, which is now leading us to a big pop right here at market open.
Dingity ding ding ding. The world's largest casino is now open. Best of luck to all. Play responsibly, and if not, have fun.
Remember, folks, it's just money. You can't take it with you when you go, but what you can do is eat a Baconator today. So obviously we'll watch the SPY, the Qs, Micron, and Wendy's. We're throwing them up on the screen right out of the gate, and obviously, I plan on doing some active trading today, and beyond that, I'm going to put on a little bit of my teaching cap and see if I could get you guys to where you need to be to fully understand the mechanics and the dynamics of a short squeeze. So it'll be a reminder for those of you who might have forgot a little bit from the AMC GME days, and then for those of you who are new, I think I could get all the major concepts kind of like explained to you. But before we dive into that, I just need you to know Micron had earnings last night. They crushed. That's part of the reason the market's up. The other part of the reason the market's up is because at 8:30 we got an inflation report lower than expected. Very, very good news. We also got GDP higher than expected, durable goods higher than expected, and industrial jobless claims higher than expected. So in terms of the macroeconomic report as it relates to Kevin Warsh and the Fed and how hawkish are they going to be, we got some good news. Good news on the AI trade, which is exactly why you're seeing a lot of green, especially in the tech sector. And then the other thing we're talking about is Wendy's. So with Wendy's, which is currently up 10%, gained, 25% yesterday, trading at 850-ish, 860-ish. There's a couple major numbers you need to know. Short interest. That's the amount of shares that have been out on loan and are expected to actually be short. Remember, to create a position on stock, you could buy it to open, or you could also sell it to open the position. Obviously, when you buy, you hope it's going up. When you sell it to open, you hope it's going to go down. Right now, it's estimated that the free float, which is the amount of shares that are like publicly available in the market bouncing around, it's assumed that about 35% of them are actually short. So you're probably going to hear numbers that are like, oh man, it's the ownership is above 100%. As soon as you have a single short share, that means it's above 100%. That's the only way it works. Whenever you see a single share that is short, it means the total ownership has to be above 100%. The reason that works is because to actually take a legal, legitimate short position, you have to go get a loan of that stock from someone who owns it. So let's say, like, just for the ease of math, that there's 10 shares of Wendy's in existence. And you come to me, and let's say I have one of those. And you're like, hey, can I loan that share from you? And I'll pay you a fee. I say, okay, cool. I take your fee payment. I lend you my share for the moment. So out of the 10 share ecosystem, I lend you one, you sell that back to the market to go short. So now in this 10 share ecosystem, now there's 11. So you get my point. As soon as there's a single share that is short, that means that there's going to be over 100% ownership. So that's the first thing I saw going around this morning of like, oh my God, there's more than 100% ownership. Literally for any single stock or ETF or anything like that in existence, as soon as you have a single share that is short, it means that the ownership has to be in totality above 100%. That's how it works. So anyway, this is a pretty sizable short interest, 34%. Days to cover, that's not really the most helpful metric. You could see the value of how much is short. It's estimated to be 425 million. And right here, another estimate. So could it be higher? Yeah. So right now it's estimated that 54 million shares are short. but on loan, and we track this, it's 78 million. So it could actually be like percentage-wise decently higher if they're maxing this out. I don't think they are though, because the cost to borrow is relatively low. It's 4.69%. When you see a CTB, a cost to borrow that is this low, it generally means that it's not even close to hard to borrow. Hard to borrow is the term that you use when you want to be short and you're looking around at all the brokerages and saying, will anyone lend me these shares? Because remember, you have to loan out these shares to take a legal, legitimate short position. So when the fee to borrow is this low, it means that it's pretty easy to locate. Now, this can get in excess of multiple hundreds of percent. When something is hard to borrow or extremely hard to borrow, you'll see the CTB really, really jump. And then you'll also see the utilization get to 100%. Cost of borrow is the fee that you would pay to take a share out on loan and hold it for an entire year. This is the annual rate that you would pay. Obviously, like if you hold it for less time, you'd be paying less. Utilization is a ratio, a percentage. It's the amount of shares that are out on loan divided by the amount that are theoretically could go out on loan at that moment in time. So basically right now, this is saying 8 out of 10 shares that could go out on loan are currently out on loan, which is once again why the cost to borrow is a bit lower. Now, when the utilization goes to 100%, that's when you see the cost to borrow really, really start to jump. So just wanted to cover that. Short score, this is from Ortex, by the way. That's just their combination of all these numbers and its ability for it to potentially squeeze. That's a higher number. It's not the highest we've ever seen, but there is potential there. Now, I guess a very quick TLDR of like really how to interpret all these numbers. Remember, this is all, what would be a good metaphor here? This is all a descriptor that someone has put gasoline down on the dry kindling. And these numbers tell you how much gasoline and how much dry kindling do you actually have. Now, remember, it's actual price movement, it's actual trading. That's what lights the match. Just because something has a high short interest, a high cost to borrow, all that stuff, that does not actually yet mean that you're going to squeeze. It means you have the potential to squeeze. It means you have all the ingredients for the recipe of a Baconator squeeze. But to actually start cooking, to actually light that fire, someone has to light the match, which is going to be upward price movement. You need additional upward price movement to put pressure on the shorts, obviously, but really what's exciting is what you start to see happen in the options market. So instead of a short squeeze, you actually have a gamma squeeze. A gamma squeeze is what you have when, come on, why is it not here? I can't get it to populate. Something's going on here. So we're looking at the S&P 500, but it's in the world of options where you get so much negative gamma above that the market makers, maybe a better way to explain this is when people are piling into calls, remember, market making for the world of options, it's generally a single dealer market. And I know we're getting into the weeds here, but I do think this is important. If you're buying or selling stock, it's a multi-dealer market. There's a really, really good chance that when you buy or sell a stock, you might be buying or selling it to another retail trader, a high-frequency trader, a market maker. The list goes on. It's a multi-dealer market. You might be the dealer getting yours. You could buy it from whatever. But in the world of options, it's a single dealer market, as in most of the time, like especially as a retail trader, 99.9999% of the time, if you buy or sell a call or a put, you are buying or selling that call or put from a market maker because it's a single dealer market. You're just dealing with the market makers. So because of that, it gives us this interesting dynamic where we know at certain levels how the market makers are going to have to hedge out their books or not hedge out their books. So in an example where, I don't know, let's just say that everyone is incredibly stoked about a potential squeeze play, they might be piling into calls at $8, $9, $10, $11. So as people buy those calls, someone's writing those calls. They're selling the calls to them, these market makers. These market makers are not stupid. In fact, they're some of the smartest players in all of Wall Street. And because of this, they need to hedge out their books. Because remember, they're collecting their money from playing the spread. They're not directional players. They just care that people are trading. Market makers make their money off people trading. They don't give a shit if it's going up or going down. They would love for more things to squeeze because it drives more trading volume. Market makers make their money off of playing the spread. They are not directional players. I want to be very, very, very clear about that. So market makers, as they are selling the calls to whoever's buying the calls, they're going to hedge out their book. And this is where you're going to hear the Greek value delta, and that's the percentage chance of it going in the money. Based on the delta value, they're going to go be buying that stock to hedge out their book, because at a certain point, what is a call? It's your right in the future to, if you choose to exercise it, to get the stock 100 per contract at whatever the strike price is. So that means that the market maker would have to deliver the owner of these calls. They would have to deliver all the stock to them. Well, obviously they don't wait till expiration. They are, as the delta goes up, they're going to buy more and more of the underlying. As their exposure grows, because more and more people are buying calls, they need to protect their book more and more and more. So they buy more of the underlying. And then obviously it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. So that's on the option side. And once again, that's referred to as a gamma squeeze. And yes, these things do interact with each other. A gamma squeeze can play into a short squeeze. A short squeeze can play into a gamma squeeze. But generically, it's all just a way to say that someone is buying a lot of the underlying. A short squeeze is when people who are short are buying their position back to get out of their losing position. But once again, you have someone buying. And a gamma squeeze is when the market makers are buying the underlying to protect their book because they sold so many calls. So it's basically just a different explanation of who the buyer in the market is. But what you really need to know is a buyer is just a buyer. So I just want to explain the dynamics of it. I want to make it very, very clear that does not make this a long-term investment. Investing and trading are wildly different things. If you choose to trade Wendy, Wen, I hope it works out for you. I hope you make a lot of money, a shitload of money. My biggest suggestion is when you go a decent amount of way into the profit, get your stop to break even, and then use a basic run-of-the-mill trend following exit. Ride it as long as you can. Your goal is not to top tick. It is not to bottom tick. It is not to pick the price that you think it's turning at. Ride the trend as long as the trend is intact. And when you think the trend's breaking down, take your money, go buy some Baconators, and move on with your life. It is not an investment. It is an active trade. It's probably going to end up being a very, very good active trade. I think you can make a lot of money in both directions, whether bullish now or bearish later. If you want to play options, have fun at it. Make sure you understand the dynamics of what you're doing with options. So I just want to cover the whole thing. It's exciting. It's fun. But I'm already seeing, like I said, I already this morning saw a big misunderstanding of ownership and how could it be above 100%. I saw big misunderstandings of gamma squeeze. Remember, market makers do not wait till expiration to protect their book. So all of a sudden, if you look at open interest and you're like, look at this, look how much open interest is now in the money at $8, the market makers have to go buy. They're actively trading all day before that. They don't wait till the expiration and say, oh, we should probably go get those shares now. As the market is moving, every single little tick up or down, they're perfectly balancing out their books. So that's another thing I saw. People were like, as long as it's above $8, $9, $10 by Friday, there's going to be so much buying. No, the buying's already happening. It's happening in real time. Market makers, we're going for the downside gap fill. We just got the downside gap fill on the NASDAQ, so hopefully we can bounce from here. Market makers, they don't wait. They don't wait whatsoever. So that was another big, I guess, misconception I saw going around. So on that note, I hope that little crash course, and obviously there's a lot more of the extreme detail that we could get into, but I just wanted to give you guys a quick 5-10 minute crash course of what's happening, what's not happening, my thoughts on it, my opinions on it. So with that being said, before we get over to talking about Micron and maybe trading a little bit of SPY and Qs, which are completely vomiting right now, do you guys have any questions? Did I say anything that maybe like confused you? Do you need any more clarification? Anything like that? A very quick little, like I said, I've been through this multiple times before. I would strongly argue in the world of streaming and content creation, I do know the most about short squeezes, not only how to handle it because I've been through it, but like literally the dynamics of how this stuff works, of how it doesn't work. So please, do you have any questions? Because I think there's going to be a lot of not intentional, but like misinformation going around. I did also try to improve the latency. Can you tell us about trading bonds? We could talk about that later. What's driving the ILLR squeeze? I have no idea, but the fact that I haven't heard about it tells me that there's nothing too special about it right now. Like Wendy's WEN is the major thing that everyone is like talking about. how long do you see the Wen play working out? So you don't treat it like that. It might be today. It might be months. You don't know the time. The question isn't the time. You have to have the patience for whenever. Really what you want to do is just a basic trend following thing. As long as it is trending up, stay in if you choose to. And then when it breaks down, that's when you get out. Could break down today, could break down in a week, could break down in a month. There's no way mathematically to be like, oh, this is how long it lasts. That's just not a thing. Some are one-day affairs. Some of them, I mean, if you look at AMC, it played out from January to like June. So it can also be quite long. And why we don't know about that is because the dynamics as it relates to time relates to all the traders. So if more and more people are talking about it and it's still active and people are excited and you just get crazy news, yeah, it's going to be self-perpetuating. Then all of a sudden, if early on the stock starts to take a hit and people just kind of, they lose interest, this is going to be much more of like a crowd psychology thing than the dynamics of the market. Obviously, the dynamics of the market are important, but in terms of the time that this can play out, it's not like there's a rule of thumb of like, oh, like shorts play out for 1 week and that's it. No, they can go for quite a while. They could also be start and end in one single day. So that's why I'm saying if you're playing shares, the best mindset is, okay, I'm decently in the money. My stops are break even. I'll just ride the trend as long as I can. This is why people are silly gooses. Inflation is at expectation bullish, but don't pay attention to crazy upward trajectory of inflation. Well, that's the argument of acceleration versus velocity. So you have velocity, like it's the are you talking about the speed or the rate of change of speed? Once again, it's velocity versus acceleration. I'm going to go get me a junior bacon cheeseburger today. Save Wendy's. I'm in. Oh, I completely forgot about this. A telltale sign that this will be over is if the company does an at-the-market offering. So we saw that with AMC, where you have all this momentum. The company says, this is crazy. We need money. We need capital to do whatever. And they do an ATM, an at-the-market offering. It's dilution. So remember, there's only so many shares in existence. And when you expand that, it's naturally going to dilute. So sometimes these squeezes have a lot more potential, and then the board or the people running the company, the decision makers, actually cut the movement by the knees themselves, and they do an at-the-market offering. So I guess I want to be clear about that, that the game could be ended early by Wendy's own leadership team. Now, relative to what like we saw with something like AMC where they like do dilutions endlessly, Wendy's doesn't really need that much cash right now. Like arguably they're not in that bad of a debt situation. So like I don't think they're necessarily going to like have to do it from a fiduciary responsibility standpoint, but maybe they need the capital for something else. Maybe they have plans to do XYZ. That's a really tough call. That's kind of up to them. But just want to let you know, in terms of squeeze dynamics, as soon as you start to hear about dilution, the game is over pretty quickly from there. So just wanted to let you guys know about that as well. I guess I would be talking acceleration, but everyone thinks that it was bullish news. Oil reserves. Well, it was bullish news because inflation came in lower than expectations. The market had an idea of where inflation was at. So on a relative basis, we were below that. So it was good. If you're saying, no, we should be going down just by the fact that we have inflation, remember, the market doesn't live in a vacuum like that of like, do we have inflation or not? It's always a relative measurement. And based on what Wall Street as a whole thought was going to happen, we were better than that. Same thing with earnings. You have companies that have revenue, have profit, and are growing, but sometimes the market thought they would grow faster. So even though the numbers were good, they had good revenue, they had good EPS, they had good net profit, good guidance, if it's still lower than what Wall Street thought it should have been, the stock could still go down, even though it made money. So it does cut both ways. But remember, the market moves in terms of how did we perform relative to expectations, not just in a vacuum. It's always relative to expectations. That's just how this game is played. The market is vomiting. What is going on with this Delta movement? I mean, this is a pure puke from 9:37 to 9:47, 10 minutes. And it's more of, I mean, look at these. Look at, it's just it's a free fall. Just the 1 minute, 5 minute, 10 minute, 30 minute. Like we just reversed this whole micron bar. Look at that. That's just a puke, a massive puke. You know, it's at least, I mean, Micron's giving it back. Hey, Wendy's is still green. Micron's still green. Wendy's is still green. We puked way beyond that. I mean, the Qs are actually almost going red. This is the green to red move. This white horizontal line on the bottom left of your screen, that is where we closed out yesterday. So we opened above the high, puked all the way down, got the downside gap fill. That's a reasonable play. And then have not like just straight 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Like it's just, this is a big sell program. Someone out there is moving a large position and they are doing it nonstop. Isn't the market forward looking? Yeah, it's always based off those expectations. Exactly. Obviously, your forward-looking expectations are going to change as real-time information comes out. That's how it works. Expectation is better than the reading behind. I don't know. I guess it just doesn't make that most sense. I get what you're saying, though. Well, if you get what I'm saying, then it makes sense. That's just how the market works. It's just how the market works. Maybe a better way to think about it is the market at large, the big players have bets on the market based on expectations. So when we have information coming out that those expectations were either like beaten or missed, they have to readjust. So think about it this way. The report came out at 8:30 a.m. today. As of 8:29, the market had the positioning of this is where we think it's going to be at. Same thing with earnings. Going into the earnings, they have their expectations and they have live bets on the market on those expectations. Now, if you beat or miss, you have to readjust. So whenever you beat those expectations, you have to readjust. And the fact that we beat, the readjustment's going to be bullish. Yeah, we just got a halt on Wendy's, halt to the downside. So this is a volatility halt. It's a limit down halt. If you don't know what halts are on an exchange, search LULD. LULD, limit up, limit down. So this is a limit down halt. The stock went down too quickly. It went down too much in too quick of a time period. Basically, it went down in excess of 10%. It's a computation on volatility bands, but it's not some like person randomly out there. It's like, oh, that's too much. Like, let's turn it off. No, it's like a perfect mathematical calculation that if you want to go Google LULD, you could look it up yourself. But anyway, it went down too much, too quickly. So now it's halted for 5 minutes. So it's just it's a circuit breaker halt. It's going to last for 5 minutes. So it looks like it happened at 9:50. So at 9:55, it's going to start trading once again. But this is not decided by a brokerage. If you are looking on Robinhood, Public, Webull, Interactive Brokers, Thinkorswim, anything like that, brokerages do not get to decide if something is halted or not. That is decided by the exchange. So this is going to be decided by wherever Wendy's is listed, which is the NASDAQ. So this is decided by the NASDAQ exchange, not by your broker. Obviously, your broker is going to give you a message that you can't trade it right now because no one can trade it right now. But it's halted at the exchange level, which means like literally no one in the world is actually trading it. So it's just, you just wait the 5 minutes. The entire concept of it is just to calm down the volatility. I think it personally does the opposite. I think halts are the dumbest thing ever, but they did this ever since, 2008, I think is when they came into play, and now we have them. So it's just part of the game. But after the halt, I heard it usually goes up. That's not true. 50-50. So funny, the difference in reaction of inflation when it was Biden versus dump truck, LOL. I don't think there's much of a difference. People hate inflation. It did max out under Biden, but that was because of how much money was printed during COVID. I believe it was June of 2022 or 21. It was either June of 21 or 22 where inflation was at 9%, which is dramatic because we should be at 2%. And right now we're at 4%, and that's considered an extreme reading. So you could understand how bad 9 was. But no, it doesn't matter. The president, inflation is mainly created by the Fed. That's going to be like inflation is a man-made phenomena. And it has a lot more to do with the Fed and monetary policy than it does with the president. Now, obviously, you could say the president has sway on the Fed, and is that right? Is that wrong? That's up for discussion. And you could say, but a lot of the time, the president puts the Fed chair, like they get to pick the Fed chair, so inherently they do have like, I don't know, an impact. And like, yeah, that's a valid point. But overall, remember, it's much more from the central bank, it's from the Fed, and it's from printing money rather than the president itself. Himself. So just, I guess, want to share that little ditty. Remember, this will start trading again in about a minute. The Fed prints the money and the government steals it, pretty much. What's going on with Wen? Circuit breaker halt. It's going to start trading again in a minute, 5 minute. It went down too much too quickly. It's just a little bit of a volatility band thing, basically. Like I said, it happens in both directions. If you go up too much too quickly, you have a limit up halt. If you go down too much too quickly, it's a limit down halt. When to buy the dip is where I'm at. I wish you the best of luck. Just remember, trade with reasonable. Dude, the S&P 500 is now below the low from yesterday. We just dove. What the fuck is going on? Is there like another piece of breaking news that I'm just like not privy to? Because this is like a nonstop sell program. And how I know it's a program is because it's pretty much perfect size, perfect volume every single minute bar. And Wendy's is now trading again. Did it? No, it didn't halt. A lot of the times you see these halts clustered together. Wendy's is in the bottom right. So generally when something halts, it gets a lot of more people to pay attention to it because they just have an alert that there's a new halt. So then they go look at the stock. They wait for the halt to, I guess, stop. And when it starts trading again, they decide to trade it. And then that generally you see a bunch of halts clustered together. So I'm curious if it's going to halt once again. But you can see the bands are already pretty large, 860 down to 8. Are you currently in any Wendy's position? No. If it goes deep enough, I'd buy some stock on it just for the lulls, but like nothing of like serious size or serious intent. I would just do it to support the degenerate community, and if I can make enough money to buy myself a Baconator, I would. Wow. All right, let's see. We are at that point where we're definitely pushing below some extreme volatility bands. My stuff is just like fully disconnected. All right, what the fuck is going on? I'm not getting any data, which is why I thought maybe the sell-off. I'm getting no data for my futures. There we go. Okay, I'm finally getting data coming back in. I think I'm finally getting data, but a big, do I have to just kill this program? Everything's messed up for me, my futures. Let me kill Ninja. And then let me boot this back up really quickly. Something is wrong. Something is wrong. Something is wrong. Come on. I need to reload all of my Ninja. We're having a little bit of a data connection issue. All right. So that's booting back up. We took out the overnight low. Like it was like, yeah, this is just a gigantic sell program. It just, how back to my conversation of like, how do I know it's a gigantic sell program? It's just too perfect. It's perfect sizing. It's just not human. It's clearly a program, and obviously a human programmed it to do this, but for whatever reason, effectively starting at 935, 936, someone out there decided to rotate a massive amount of money, and it just obviously had net selling pressure. And hopefully the program stops at 10. We'll see. But someone is doing something. So I'm looking for the classic 10 a.m. reversal here. We'll see if it does or doesn't play out. But I'm at a certain point, these things end. They don't go on forever and ever and ever. So I'm hoping that's what we see today. Let me disconnect my take profit. Let's disconnect that. Wow. Yeah, my data, something's still messed up with my data. Did that disconnect properly? It's just taking a little bit. Well, I guess it's good. I haven't really traded yet today. I did a little scalp trade on the TPT accounts. It's going down. Yeah, it seems to be going down, and it's going down pretty aggressively. Wow. All right. Wendy's did not halt, but that one, I mean, everything went from very, very green this morning to getting demolished. So let's see. Let's see. Are we going to be... I can see in the options flow, the sell-off is slowing down. We're starting to flatten out. So that's making me a little bit optimistic of this potential 10 a.m. reversal. But obviously, we have to wait and see. We have to wait and see. Dude, this is bad. Holy shit. It's just getting smashed. All right. Maybe the program will turn off at 10 a.m. Let's see. Maybe. Look at that, dude. I mean, we're going for the low of yesterday. 264. 26475. We went from opening above yesterday's high. We opened above it, and we're ripping all the way down. I'm wondering if buyers are going to come in at the low from yesterday. I mean, we just 1 minute fight. Like, that was such a vomit. Such a crazy, crazy vomit. Insane. Well, I hope some of you caught that. I mean, that's something. You don't see that every day. Wendy's halted again. Second halt of the day. Actually, was it the... second halt. So it got halted at 10. It'll start trading again at 10:05. Would Wen come back to the nines, or is it just going down? You don't know. That depends on the who's more aggressive, the buyers or the sellers. It's always, remember, every buyer has a seller, every seller has a buyer. There's always the same amount of shares bought as there are sold. That's just how markets work. The difference is, where do the buyer and the seller agree to trade at? Are they agreeing at a higher and higher price, or are they agreeing on a lower and lower price? And when you're talking about something like a squeeze, it's a 50-50 flip, dude. You're just kind of ripping it, hoping it for the best. It's a very degenerate thing. And of course, you can make money on very degenerate things. I guess it should just be well stated and well known that it is very much a degenerate thing. Duplicate in a new tab. Come on. Why is my data? Something is data. How do you reload your data? Reload, Control-Shift-R. Control-Shift-R. Loading. My charts are messed up. And I think I just made it worse by trying to do this. Is this the bounce? The bounce that the prophets told us about? The murmurs? Come on. I'm trying to get back and have my data where I need it. Nope. Or is it, am I wildly far off? Yeah, I don't know. Something doesn't seem right here. What are we trading at? I guess I have to use my book map. Something seems a little fishy, if you ask me. A little fishy. Is this the correct price? 70. That is the correct price. But my charts, I don't know if it's lagging. I don't know. It feels dangerous for me to be doing anything right now. Does the gamma map give you any hints about what could happen? The gamma map just tells you how market makers are most likely going to react if we get to a certain region. That's it. It's not predictive of what's going to happen. It gives you information of, depending on how things go, you get an idea of, in that zone, of what to look for. So it's still dependent on the buyers and the sellers. Wendy's is red on the week. Absolutely incredible. Is that just a way to say that it gave back the gains from yesterday? Yeah, it did just go right below. Wow. If it starts to take out 689, the game might be over that quickly. This might be a 2-day affair. It is halted once again, but I just want to let you know a key breakdown level would be 690. So watch that. It's from pre-market on Wednesday, and then that sets us up for returning. It's just a human psychology thing. It's one of those things, a game of hot potato. People start to see it go down, they panic, they want their money because they're already up, so they sell, putting more pressure, causing more people to panic. So it kind of only works out if you get a lot of that, like the quote unquote ape diamond hand thing, where like a lot of people are just refusing to sell. But it's one of these situations where people are like, yeah, I don't want you to sell, but I'm going to sell so I can lock in my money, like that type of a deal. So just be careful with this. You don't want to be the person with the hot potato. Remember, you owe more to yourself and your own bank account than you do random other people on the internet, and this concept of like, oh, I'm in a diamond hand for them. No. Remember what's most important. What's most important is your P&L, your account. Keep holding, guys. Wendy's was always there if you need a job. Dude. Oh, that's a good one. That's savage. Wendy's is always there if you need a job. Wendy's huge at the market public. Oh, do they do an at the? Is that why? Wendy's ATM. Did they do an at the market offering? Do we have any news on this? Any news? Is that real? If it is, that's kind of crazy. I was telling you before, like a telltale sign that the squeeze is over is when the company itself does an at the market offering and they just dilute everyone and it gets destroyed. But I don't know if that's real. I'm not seeing anything. Can we get confirmation or denial of that by chance? Can anyone confirm? Wow. I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing any Wendy's news. Not trading today? What was there to trade? All we did was go straight down. Maybe you take this breakdown trade at 937, but that's before. What would I have traded today? Even in this bounce, which I was kind of interested in it, my data was disconnected, so I just there was no realistic point for me to trade today. These are the correct prices, right? Like, I'm not losing my mind, am I? Okay, no, something is wrong. Or is something very right? Trade Evade, you're having issues. So are other people having issues with Trade Evade as well? That's a large risk, folks. All right, a little bit of life coming back. So the SPY is back green. The Qs are back green. The sell program appears to have stopped right where we guessed it, 10 a.m. Sell program, sell program, sell program, and then a sharp reversal to the upside. No issue with you guys on Trade of 8. Wendy's 400 million offering $2 below trading price. Wow. Why can I not find that news? When stock offering 23 hours ago, 2 hours ago. I'm not seeing any news on this. 5 hours ago, 2 hours. Can you guys like send me that or like tell me what source you're finding that on? Wendy's does an offering $2. How does that happen? Because it's made before the market opened. The deal was struck probably where it was trading at prior. But I'm not finding the news, so I can't really comment on it. I see people are talking, like, where are you seeing this? have a gap in candles from 951 to 958, so mine is acting a little funky too. I think that's where my gap is. Mine's at 948 to 1002. So, okay, at least some of it. I don't feel so crazy then, because it sounds like some other people are having some data issues as well with Trade of 8. But we'll see. I didn't miss this rebound at 1001. I kind of wish I just went long at 10. Kind of just wish I went long. Damn. Be a little careful here, though. Flow did get a nice bounce on the S&P 500. It's turning a little bit. How's Wendy's doing? Is it halt? No, it's not halted. So we've had 3 separate halts today. Never mind. It was a fake article. Holy crap, just loaded a ton more. Well, I'm not necessarily saying that's what you should be doing either. That's a little crazy if you ask me. Fake, because it's a fake article, you're using that as your thesis to get more. That I hope I don't have to point out the flaw in the logic that because you saw fake news. 9. Okay, so that this VWAP is off by a lot because of the data. The VWAP, the volume weighted average price, is actually here at 900, not up at 987. It's like just below 900. Article confirmed to be fake. There has been no Wendy's offering. That's what I just like. I'm kind of agreed with you guys because I wasn't seeing anything anywhere on that one. But once again, because you thought there was bad news and then there wasn't bad news, that's not the best logic to then go more because you're at where you started then, obviously. So you're back to square one, which is not necessarily a reason to be more bullish. Lack of bad news is not a reason to be bullish. But Wendy's slightly red on the day. Micron turning back around. So huge sell program stopped at 10 a.m. Let's see. Let's see. Man, that 10 a.m. long. I know some of you in here got it, and I am jealous. I am nothing but jealous. But will I have an opportunity to actually get into this? How's the flow looking? S&P 500 picking up ever since 10. Mag 7 selling off till 10, kind of going flat, maybe tilting down a little right now. NASDAQ picking up ever since 948, actually looking quite bullish on the NASDAQ. Looking at the Russell, kind of tilted down. How's Micron doing? Micron popped, now going flat. Not much movement there. I'm still having data issues over here. I guess too many people are too excited about the market today. Opinions on rumored SpaceX and Tesla merger. I mean, Polymarket has a 60% chance that they'll be merged by the end of this year, so it does seem more likely than not. Going off the odds, it does seem more likely than not. All right, our little dip. A little dip. Will this little dip be bought? Where's SPX? We ripped all over the place today. We went from 74.20 down to 73.20, so we dropped 100 points just to pop 50 points and then some. So we're back at a gamma node. I would say the target is 400. Let's just see the retest there. It might be a little bit of a tough pathway to that point, but I want to see what this battle is going to look like back to the nice technical, psychological, and gamma level of 400. Where did we bounce? We bounced right when we ran out of negative gamma. We ripped through all of this negative gamma. Oops, let me double click. You could see, let me zoom in a little bit just so you could see it a bit better. We puked through this entire region of negative gamma, and then boom, 73.20. We ran out of negative gamma, and we started to bounce. And if we keep bouncing, we could actually full trip it to a new intraday high at 74.30, which would be hilarious based on everything that's played out already today. If we full trip this, that's just perfect, you know? That's just, it shows you the inmates are running the asylum. The inmates are running the freaking asylum. Dude, if we full trip this today, like, dude, this is why we trade for moments of absolute insanity. Anyone know that there's a Trump speech today? Are you sure about that? White House schedule. President's public schedule, president policy meeting, tele-rally. So I don't see a, wait, what is today? Today's the 25th, excuse me. No, that was the right day. I'm not seeing a scheduled speech. Executive time, call time. He might meet with the Speaker of the House. Maybe he talks at a tele-rally. I guess in a tele-rally, maybe this is what you're talking about tonight. But I'm not seeing like an actual scheduled speech to clarify. But maybe I'm wrong on that. If you have other information, let me know. But I'm not seeing anything from him. Wendy offering going to 665. Once again, the offering was proven to be quote unquote fake news. Fake news. I'm not seeing anything about a Wendy's offering. Not seeing anything about a Wendy's offering. They still might do it, but as of now, as of 10:15 a.m. ET on Thursday, June the 25th, I don't think there's any breaking news. I don't think there's any. All right, so we try to put in a higher low right here on the NASDAQ. Let me show you what's going on. Where's the Keltner channel? Yeah, we dipped below it. Started to get going. We ripped to the upside. We're dipping a little now. So obviously we have lower highs, lower lows. Technically, is this? Yeah, we'll call it equal highs right here. We bounced at 950. We bounced at 1011. The question is this just going to be a higher low, or are we actually tripping all the way back down to, I guess, 300? Jesus, dude. The low from yesterday is 264, and we hit 297. Ooh. Ooh. Ouch. Ouch. Any thoughts on the proposed SEC filing? Nope. Don't really give a shit about it. They're going to do what they're going to do. It's not going to change my life at all. Not going to change my life in the slightest, most likely. All right. Trend is obviously super bearish, super bearish, super bearish, and bearish on the 30. So looking at the S&P 500, looking at the NASDAQ, they're all different forms of bearish, but not looking good. But I am also missing data from 48 to 1002, which it sounds like some of you are also doing it. Let's see. Reload all historical data. Let's see if a reload patches that missing data. No, it just gave me a different it just gave me a different hole of data. Instead of being from 48 to 1002, it's now from 951 to 1018. What is going on? Like, my missing data just changed, but it's only on the minute. When I go to the tick chart, it's actually fine. So that's a bit confusing, if you ask me. And now my program is completely lagged. All right, let's free up a little bit of the CPU. Okay. Anyway, my question to you folks is this just going to be a higher low right here? Is our trend, is our fortune switching on the day? Is this a higher low? Well, it's a higher low. The question is, do we take out this recent high? That's the real question. How do we huge waterfall? We have an established low, we have another higher low, and then we have roughly these equal highs. The question is, do we put in a higher low and trip up, or does this either triple top, or do we just break out of this and then puke all the way back down to 300? Which one is it going to be? What's everyone's gut telling them? Not that you should ever be trading on your gut. What is your gut telling you? Is the SPY, the overall market, and the NASDAQ, are they about to vomit again? Is Micron bringing us down? Is Wendy's breaking the market? Or do you think that the dip buyers are stepping in and we're about to actually full trip it all the way back up and make a new intraday high? What a freaking Thursday this has been. What an incredible Thursday this has been thus far. I haven't really made any trades yet just because these ranges are massive. And right now we're kind of getting some conflicting information. We saw a huge hit to the S&P 500 options market, huge pop, and now it's turning into a hit again. But if you look at the NASDAQ, it's up, up, and away. So people are turning very bullish on the NASDAQ. So why is the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ telling us different things right now? And then the Mag 7 just sold off and going flat. So one of these is flat, one of these is bullish, one of these is bearish. And you could take a stab at it, but right now, if you're wrong, you get punished pretty heavily. Is this the higher low that I was looking for? Do we have confirmation of something? A higher low potentially going. It's not the worst. Oh, that's huge risk, actually. That's off by 100. Oh man. Like these, like, even if you're like, these are hundreds of points of risk. When does NASDAQ buy SpaceX? I think it's officially included either the first week of July or the second week of July. One of those. One of those. I guess that was the higher low. All right. And now we're knocking on the door for the breakout there. SPY put in the higher low, pop, next stop, 738, which in my mind is really 7,400. I want to see this level. But what's interesting is we're just cutting right back through all this negative gamma. Like, I know this is crazy to say. We could actually pop all the way back up to a new intraday high. Like, that's the end of the negative gammas up here at 7430. Obviously, you have to break above 7,400, which does have a clear negative gamma node. But from there, I'm looking 30 points higher. Oh, golly, what a day we are having. This is crazy. Ooh, Wendy's. Looks like not enough people are buying Baconators. Looks like not enough people are buying Baconators right now. I'm almost a little frozen on this. I don't know what I want to do. I mean, I guess I could have taken a stab at it. I don't want to chase it. I guess there's reason for 580. I'd already be up 100 points if I did that. But then as quickly as that happened, it could have dumped against me 100 points. So, like, in an environment like this, if you are wrong, you pay the price heavily. But if you're looking to pass an eval, it's actually going to be super, super easy. By the way, shout out to Tradeify. If you want to trade with someone else's money in the world of futures, that's what I like to trade. I also trade options. Right now, the best deal as of today, Tradeify, 35% off. Use that code Goonie. I trade the 150K accounts, but I just want to let you know, I think the select is the best. And obviously from there, just pick the account size you like. But it's really, really good offering, and they just increased what their max payout is. So pretty sick deal. I like the select. Growth is fine. Lightning is fine. I think select is the best. Obviously, this is the most popular. I choose for the bigger ones just so I have more room to run, if you will. So I go with these. But like I said, check it out. Use that code Goonie. You'll get 35% off, and you could get rocking on the 50K accounts with about $100. And then if you want to just test it out, see if this is for you, $71. And remember, there's no activation fee. All right, tiny bit of a hit, tiny bit of a pullback. Rejected perfectly at that 50 EMA, which means that if it actually, the question here is, are we going to take out this recent low? We're kind of painting an interesting wedge structure right now. Triple top high, higher low. Does this crack? this is why I didn't want to chase it, because if I did chase it, I would already be down 100 points. I would already be down 2K per contract, per account, multiply. I'd be down so much. I'd be down like 40K if I chased that, which is exactly why I'm so incredibly happy to say I did not chase it. Yeah, just the tiny 120 point pullback from 680 to 550. You cannot be chasing in environments like this, because you could be completely right and it could go, but the pullback could blow out your account. Please do not chase today. You want to be getting something like a Keltner channel, a Bollinger Band, standard deviation move on you got to get some sort of volatility in there, like a banded measure. For an example, right here, these are the Keltner channels. You don't want to be going long at the extremes. You want to be going long at the bearish extreme, or you want to be going short at the bullish extreme. Just because even this, like if you chase that 612, boom, you're already out 80 points just because you were chasing it. The points to be going long are like now, and then hoping it bounces to the other end of the volatility band. Like it just, you're so incredibly punished for being wrong today. So incredibly punished. And remember, if you don't like this environment, if it's moving too much too quickly, you could always go from trading minis to micros, or you don't have to trade at all. There's no rule that you have to trade every single day. So please keep that in mind. Dude, are we just bouncing? Is this just another higher low? Is this just another higher low? Which way are we going to crack? Which way is flow? S&P 500 still not that good. Mag 7 bleeding, but the Nasdaq and the S&P 500, which are highly correlated indexes, are telling us two wildly different things. The S&P 500 is trending down while the Nasdaq is ripping higher, which is crazy because a lot of the things in the Nasdaq are the things in the S&P 500. They're like very, very similar. Of course, they're not the exact same thing, but interesting to see such wildly different plays. Shout out Whirlwind Film. I appreciate that. Micros are killing today. Swings are too big. Yeah, I mean, if you're right, you could obviously make a lot of money. If you're right, you can make a lot of money. We are attempting, we do see equal highs and higher lows. The question is it actually going to break that way? Nasdaq says yes. S&P 500 says I have no idea what's going on. We still do have some negative gamma up to 430-ish. We still haven't tagged 400. And that might be what we hit, 400, 430. But you don't know of the pathway there. You could easily take another hit, then go there. It's not like just because you're confident in hitting a certain level doesn't mean you're going straight to it. And that's what's tough about trading today, especially with these incredible ranges. These absolutely gigantic ranges. How's flow looking? Spies up a little bit. What time is it? It's 10:26. Oh, brother. Oh, brother. Oh, mother. Oh, brother. Is this the trade?
Order filled.
All right, we're taking a stab at it. I'm looking for a breach of 650. I'm looking for a breach of 700. Where could I even reasonably put this risk? I'm long at 636 on NQ. 636. Which did not turn out well. Shit. Maybe I should have waited for a fill at 600. I was trying to get in. I was trying to not be at extremes of the volatility bands, and it just got faded from here. How much pain do I want to take? I'm giving it a shot. That is, once again, my fill level. technically 636.5, so it's half a point higher. I wouldn't mind if we can bounce out of here. I could use this low or this low as my risk. I could use 524, 552 seems a lot better if we can bounce from here, which is a huge if, a huge if. And you might be thinking, why did you take a long? Well, I like the succession of higher lows. It tells me the buyers are getting more aggressive, but I'm also looking at the flow. I'm looking at the NASDAQ rip. I'm also looking at, we have more potential to 7430 and we still haven't tagged 7400. So even if we pop and fail, you would think it's reasonable to test a level such as 7400. So that's the reasoning. I don't know if this is right or wrong. This is a pretty crazy day. A pretty freaking crazy day. But we'll see. I definitely could have been a bit more patient with that entry, but you just never know when this is going to actually rip and go. Maybe I should have waited that one bar because I didn't quite get the confirmation I wanted. I was really afraid of buying it at the upper end of volatility band and having a 40-point hit for no reason. And that fear caused me to trade a little early, and then it was a dump anyway. And I could have gotten the fill at 600 that I wanted. Without these ranges, I probably would be adding here, but because the ranges are so big, I can't really add. I would love to add at 600, drops my average to 620. I get out of one at 620, improve my fill by 20 points, cut it in half. But I just can't do that today because a small little misstep and it's game over. A small little misstep and it is game over. But as you can see, I'm copy trading on many different accounts. I'm trading the NASDAQ and I'm trading on what's called prop account. So if you're new and you want to trade with someone else's money, check out Tradeify, use that code Goonie, pinned to the top of chat in the description. Of course, happy to answer any questions on what it is and what it isn't. But right now, I hate this view. Come on. You could see I didn't wait for that confirmation. I thought we were breaking bullish. It was a wick fake out. I was just too worried of it quickly ripping to 680. And by the time it did that, well, that would have been my fill anyway that I wanted. So I'm just hoping that we don't dump and take out 524, 477. I don't even think I could hold it down to there. So I'm really, really hoping that my read on this, that 600 will hold, is a good read. I'm really, really hoping. Oh, I just want to see a pop to 680 so I could hit the free trade button, get my stop in at break even, and then my stress levels can go down on the day. Come on, get the pop, get the pop, get the pop. Go, 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 go. Just get up. Yeah. Go. That's what I want to see. More green. Mas Verde. Verde is green, right? Mas Verde. Go. Ándale. Vamos, mi amigo. Vamos. Go, go, go. Shit. Just like that. I was break even for a second. So if I had used the tactic of buying at 600, I could have cut my risk. I would have been out of the one that I bought and had a new fill. So it would have worked, but the risk not worth it because it obviously could have easily dumped. And speaking of that, is this going to be dumping here? Dude, what the fuck? Come on. Get it green. Get it green. Green, green, green. Go green. All right, I'm seeing green. I'm seeing green. What is this high? This high is 85. All right. We're watching 85. We're watching 700. What is this one? There's a random spike here. It looks like 90, 85, 90, and 700. Fuck. All right. A pop into this zone, and I just need to take all risk off the table. It just needs to be reasonable enough. Come on, break 700 so I can hit free trade. Okay. All risk off the table. That's how we do it, folks. So no matter how this goes, at least I'm not going to get completely destroyed. Risk is off the table. Obviously, I have to be somewhat 36, 750, let's see if we could lock that one in. I don't want to just, I mean, there's a good chance I could hold this and if it keeps going, make a shitload of money, but I don't want to get too greedy with it. I would love to, if I could lock it in right before, there must have been some extreme move up there. That's why I haven't marked out. So I'm trying to get my profit target locked in right before that. Oh, is this going to hold or is it going to dump right into me? Come on, get back above 700. Go, 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 go. Shit. Is it dumping right into me? The unrealized drawdown could screw me on this. Come on, where are the buyers? Why did we not just have one little follow through pop?
Order
Closed it.
filled.
I wanted to get green. Fuck. I guess I was reaching a little bit too much. I was reaching a little bit too much, and that might have screwed me. Yeah, so I would have been red, but so it's good that I closed it. I was just looking at that other, like I had that key level marked out at 747, so I was trying to get a fill at 45, and we were getting there. It just, like I said, the pathways that we're taking today are crazy. The pathways we are taking. So I'm happy I'm green for sure. Obviously, green's better than, yeah, we didn't even hit 400. And look at that huge pop. Fuck. Oh, what? We are moving today. We are moving. We are moving. We are moving. We haven't quite hit 400. I guess maybe if I traded micros, I could have been a bit more calm. That's painful. I mean, I think it was still a good exit because I could have gone red and it could have easily gone to 600 and that would have sucked. So I'm happy that I like stepped in the way of it to still get green on the day. I still think that was the shrewd move. 790. It just, I'm kind of kicking myself because like at one point it was up 50 points. Should I just have taken the 1,000? That's why I'm kicking myself. Wow. I was about to buy that. Oh, I got to be calm. Let's not do anything crazy. Where's SPX? We still have some. Every time it looks like it's going to get going, it just gets smacked, dude. Just gets smacked. All right, let's see what options flow is to see if we could get a better idea of this. Wendy's is still flat, not doing the most. NASDAQ picking up a little bit. Mag 7 flat. SPY, eh. Okay, where are we? We haven't hit this 400. I'm going to set an alert there because I feel like that could be important. And even this range, 650, that's not bad. Oh, which way is it going to go, dude? It tried to break out. Now we're kind of getting this breakdown. I guess we don't need this anymore. That was my previous fill, which I'd be sweating again. Is it actually breaking down here? This is the most generous trend line I could give it. It almost wicked out there at 1033, but now it's getting smoked. So I'm actually happy about my exit to at least end green. I'm curious which way. I mean, per minute, we are moving such a disgusting range. This is a very, very difficult environment. A very difficult environment.
Order filled.
I try to catch that. I don't know if that was smart or not. It was a little bit of an impulse. I could have been patient. I just saw this little fake out sweep that started to go. I was like, oh, cool. We're ripping back to 90. Oh, brother. How do I want to handle this? How do I want to manage my position? Obviously, I care quite a bit about that, which is about 7. Okay. All right. Do we do another break even trade? I guess I could go to break even if we take this out 716. Come on, take it out just so I could take risk off the table. Come on. Come on, market. Take out 716. Take it out. Push it. Push it. No, come on. Take it out. Bounce again. Go for it. Come on, take it out. What is this? 716 and change is this recent high from the 1033. Come on, take it out. Just hold 700. No, hold 700. Shit. Come on. Come on. Go. Take out 716. How hard is it? It's right there. Fuck. Take it out. Shit. Come on. 716. 716. Just take out this high. It's not that hard. You could do it. You can do it. You can do it. Go. Just take it out so I can hit this button. Take it out. Take it out. Come on. Go. Go. You son of a bitch. You son of a bitch. Go. Take it out. Take it out. What are we doing? What's happening? Oh, it's struggling right at this fucking trend line. Come on, get the break. Like, look at bounce, 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 or rejection, rejection, rejection. Like, come on. This is so much easier to be patient when the ranges aren't 50 fucking points. Come on, go for it. Go for it. Wow. Am I really going to let this get tested? I mean, it is trying to go up. Is this just the breather? I'm trying to be patient here. It's just not the easiest to hold this shit. Definitely not the easiest to hold this. But it's still generically trending up. It is generic. Like, I'm still on the right side of the recent trend. I blame Wendy's. You and me both. Come on. Get going. Come on. Get going. Where's the buyers? They were so excited before. Where'd they go? Where's the options flow? We never tagged 400, but that might be a bit of an issue for me now. Shit. I had the alert there. I was wondering if there was going to be profit taking. It looks like they ran it a little early, unfortunately for me. Come on, keep it going. Fight the good fight. I am not digging this. The 1 minute is starting to fail here. That's not good. Come on, where are the buyers? We just couldn't hit 716, could we? It got within a couple points. Would have got my stop to break even. Instead, we hit 712, 711, and dumped 80 points. Fuck, this is not good for me. It failed breakout. The question is just how much time do I give it? Just because, like, before it pumps, it has these big swings, or is this like legit failure? Oh, brother. Come on. Where are the buyers? Fuck. I guess it's not looking so good for me. I was really hoping we bounce off of 650, this 50 EMA. Instead, it's like kind of accelerating down. I mean, I do like the setup. It's just these ranges are becoming incredibly difficult to handle. The range is the killer. Come on, get back above 650. Get back above 650. Come on. Get up there. Get back up at 650. Or do I just want to cut my pain right now and realize that today's a wild fucking day? What's flow looking like? Oh, SPY did take a hit. Nasdaq's starting to turn. Flow's going on me. Even the Mag 7 there. Shit. Not so good, team. Not so good. It was this failure right in here. I'm trying to give it a second. I really am trying to that huge pop in the Nasdaq flow. Like, I'm trying to give this a second to work out. But even being slightly off, these ranges are so disgusting. Come on. If you can take out this 50 EMA, which is now 645. So I'm calling it 650. But let's see. Get back up there. Come on. Even taking out 625. Give me something to hold on to. Double up. I can't, because the smallest adverse movement would blow it out at that size. I can't. If anything, I'm already playing too big. I shouldn't be playing minis. I should be playing like maybe 5, 4 micros, something like that. I cannot, which is a bummer, but it's just a function of like the leverage and the size. Really, really tough to play minis on days like this. Really, really tough. Fuck. It's not. Oh, green. Hey, for once I saw green. We're finally seeing green. Will it hold? Will the green hold? Let's take out 625, 650. I don't like how it keeps getting rejected at 600. We vomited below it. It tried to fight, push again, push it. Like, it's not making me feel the best that it is. It would have been one thing if it kept tagging 600 and bouncing off of it, but the fact that we're having a tough time breaking back above it, not so good, Batman. Not so good. Not so good. Come on. See, right there, it tried to get up, smacked again. 640 to 650. It's such an important area. We're not even testing it. We're 50 points below, and we can't even hold it properly. Come on. Come on. Get it. You can do it. You can do it. All right, 640. It's trending down. 640 is now the 1 minute 50 EMA. 640. My fill is 653, by the way. I do have a long position. I got caught up in here, and rightfully, I probably should have been knocked out already. But I was, I guess, thinking about the first one of how, like, had I given a bit more time, a bit more room, it would have worked just because today's ranges are wild. So, and to be fair, you guys saw it. I was getting ready to go break even. If we took out this high, we just never did. I went long here, and I was looking for the push above 716. What was this? Come on. Hey, I'm back green somehow. I should probably move my risk up just in case I'm wrong. I feel like I'm being gifted an opportunity from the market gods themselves. Come on, do it. Take out this high. Come on. Come on, market gods. I rarely ask you for anything. I just, per trading day, I ask you to make me money. Come on, trading gods. Like I said, 716. Can we do it? Can we do it? Come on, brother. Come on. Let's set that alert. Let's set that alert. 716. Do I hear 716? We're right at this trend line. This trend line from hell. We've been rejected once, twice, thrice, quattro. Come on, brother. Take it out. You can do it. Oh, market gods. If there's any billionaires in chat who want to just buy a lot of NASDAQ right now and do me a favor, that would be pretty sick. That would be pretty sick. So it would be, and now I'm back right. Are you kidding me? Come on. Just a little dip, a dip and a rip. The old dip rip. The old dip and the old rip. Come on. Balance just 716. I'm going to be dreaming of the numbers 716 at this point. Fuck. Come on. There's the green. That's the green that I wanted. More green. Moss. Go, 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 go. Up, up. I don't want to be this guy, but we got to start cheating. We got to start using magnets. We got to be that guy. If we're going to manipulate the market, we might as well make it pay. There we go. Take it out. Take it out. 716. Are you kidding me? We still can't take it out. Are you fucking kidding me? 713. It's just battling. So there we go. America. America, free trade, no risk, not losing money. So now the question is, how much money can I actually make? That's the question now. So we're not losing money. Stops at break even. Stops at break even. Come on. Come on. Do we just ride the 100 tick super trend maybe? Is that what we do? Is that, or should I just go for a measured target? Come on, rip it. I see on Bookmap, there are sellers at 750 right here. They're lining up at 750. So let's see if we could take those jabronis out. Losers. These guys are called party poopers, and we're about to destroy them. We're about to destroy the party poopers, destroyed them, and we're ripping, and we're ripping, and we're moving. All right, stop is up. Guaranteed a decent chunk of change. Are we taking out 800? We're moving. All right, we took this out. Let's not have that confuse me right now. We're playing a dangerous game right now, folks. This thing is moving like crazy. This thing's moving like crazy. All right. Come on. $38. That's not the worst idea in the world. But I have to be conscious of the drawdown. Come on. Come on. Come on. Can I just catch one big ripper? 850 maybe? We're at 750. Or do I just want to take this money right now and call it a day? Oh, how do I want to handle this? Oh, this was kind of arbitrary. Like, should I make it 700? Do I think it's going to retest 700? I don't want it to draw back too much. Honestly, I could use this low if this goes again right here, 722. Maybe I just use that now. Guarantee 1.3K. And maybe it just keeps going. But no matter, like I said, we're at least guaranteeing 1.3K per account, trading on quite a few accounts. Come on. Come on. Keep going. Where did my bookmap go? Oh, there's bookmap. Oh, okay. So this is part of the issue that we're running into right now. According to bookmap, we have more party poopers right here. We took those guys out. Come on. All right. So there's people trying to sell at 775, 780, and then 800 flat. Right now, the wall at 775 is proving to be a bit reluctant. We just tagged them out, though. You could see that there. And then we took a hit. Shit. Can we go back? Oh, they moved it a little bit up to 780. Okay. So we took some at 775, and then there was some repositioning at 780. And then from there, 800. But that might not matter because that was a pretty hard hit at 775. Can it recoup? Come on. Go back up to 780. Take these people out. Fuck. Ooh, I'm not liking how big that dip was. Come on. Go back up to 780. Take those people out. Those losers trying to sell too early. Okay, cool. I could... Do I want to move my stop up to this low? Come on. Go, 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 go. How's everything else looking? We're trying to manipulate the market with these magnets. Wendy's is getting a little bit of life. It found a bottom at 725, so it's showing a little something. Same with Micron. SPX did hit 400. I probably should have exited the second it hit that. I'm going to give myself a fighting shot at this recent low, but it's getting awfully close. So maybe I just get arbitrarily lucky and it doesn't sweep this low, but it feels like it's literally about to. But that's fine. 1.4K per account. Oh.
Order filled.
There. Okay. Decent day. Looks like 1.5K. I had a $100 trade and now 1.5. 20. Okay, 50 points. So I did eat into my drawdown by $1,000, which was not my smartest move ever. Fuck. 722. Yeah, 50 points. So I did eat into my drawdown by $1,000 on some of these firms. Some of them are end of day. Some of them are, well, actually, off the top of your head, do you guys know which ones are end of day drawdown and which ones are like unrealized high? Do you guys know that off the top of your head between MFF, Lucid, Tradeify, and Alpha? How much money do you have to use one of these accounts? Oh, you could go going for as cheap as $100. Right here, you could get a 25K account for $71 right there. It's pinned to the top of chat. It's in the description of the video. Rapid is end of trade. Okay, so I'm fine there because end of trade, I locked it in. So that's MFF. What about Lucid, Tradeify, and Alpha? Do you guys know those off the top of your head? I know I could look it up. I'm just curious if anyone knows it off the top. Like, I know take profit is the unrealized high. Lucid, okay, so Rapid is end of trade, so I'm good there. Lucid is end of day, so I'm good there. Does anyone know Tradeify? Does anyone know Alpha? I'm not a fan of Top Step with their current rules. Awesome official. I think there's just better opportunities. Actually, let me make sure I canceled all my orders. Thoughts on Wendy's pullback? It's a risk reward game. If you bought the dip on this breakout, yeah, your risk is a recent low and the reward is all the way back up. But like it's always just a game of risk reward management. Tradeify, funded rules. Okay, so max drawdown, consistency, daily loss, payout. Wait, I'm not seeing the rules. I am not seeing the draw. Does anyone know on Tradeify? Max drawdown, but it says end of day. So I think it's end of day. So what? Their evals are intraday, but then, end of day. So it's end of day. So you guys are telling me it's end of trade for MFF, which is fine. End of day for Lucid. End of day for Tradeify. Does anyone know for Alpha off the top of their head what the drawdown rule is there? Because actually, I might not be screwed at all then. How it works. Help center. Let's go to the help center. Trading rules and parameters, maximum loss, daily loss guard, copy trading. Well, do I need it? Premium account overview. Those are the ones that I have. Withdrawal, profit split. What activation fee, profit split, withdrawal limit, news, scaling, resets. Okay, yeah, right here. The maximum loss limit is calculated from your account balance height at the end of each trading day. So it's also EOD. So pretty much, I think they're all EOD except MFF appears to be end of trade, which is slightly different, but it's still better than intraday. So basically, Lucid, Tradeify, Alpha, all EOD, and someone is telling me in chat that MFF is end of trade, which is still better than intraday, which take profit trader is intraday on those. So actually, the fact that I did that, I'm now not freaked out that much because actually I didn't give back any of my buffer. Wait, just went and checked the wrap. It says funded is real time. So it's intraday? Wait, I'm getting some conflicting information on MFF. Did I screw myself on these guys? Well, not that bad because I'm only $1,000 away anyway from the maxing out the buffer. But like, do I need to trade like really, really carefully tomorrow? Can I get a confirmation on MFF, folks, and how they do it? Wendy's, it is picking up. Mag 7, NASDAQ, S&P 500. Yeah, S&P 500 ran into this issue at 400. Kind of an interesting play, honestly. Let's clean this up a little bit just to make things easier to discuss. Kind of an if-then statement of certain things playing out versus not playing out. I actually kind of like if it can recapture 387. The magnet. Like it's another higher low catching it off the trend line. If it goes, it could go. Log in and trade of 8 and you will see your trailing drawdown. Is that how that works? Hang on. What was that one at 722? I don't even know where I got in on that trade. Probably somewhere over here. It's getting too messy. Getting too messy. Oh, log in. So you're saying, do I even have the trade of 8 though? Trade of 8. I don't really use their app that often. Log in And then what MFF? Okay, here's my MFF account. All right, I'm logging in to get you what you asked for. Where does it show you? Where in the Trade of 8? Like, I'm on the website. I just logged into the account. Is it in settings, or where can you see what the drawdown is? What's your opinions on Wendy's? It's a very interesting squeeze play, but my biggest advice is, remember, squeeze plays are not investments. They're active trades. You could probably make a lot of money to the upside. You could probably make a lot of money to the downside, but it's not something that you just want to buy. And if you're right, you think that it just holds at that price. So I think it's an interesting play. And like I said, I think you can make a lot of money in both directions, but it is not an investment. It is very much not an investment. Where in the world does it say it? Oh, we're going. We're kind of going. We're right back to that breakout level. Oh, these risks are just so brutal. In Trade of 8, you can select the account tab and add drawing and trailing drawdown. All right, you can select the account tab, positions, orders, reports, notifications, chat, community indicators, help, achievements, risk settings. Account tab, settings. Orders, history, margin available. 3,126. Is that just my account value? So I might have already fucked it up because it says my margin available is exactly these values. So I think I did actually eat into it. Yeah, I think I did. Am I interpreting this right? Because right here, whoa, right here, that's the account margin available 3,126, and that's the exact 3,126. So because that's my margin, does that mean that I don't have any more buffer? Is that what that's saying? Am I interpreting that right? There's a big plus sign on the top left of the Trade of 8 app. A big plus sign. Okay. Positions, pulse, reports, accounts, legacy, news, chat, log. Which one is it? Time and sale, position, market analyzer, and add accounts. You said add. I'm not seeing account. Am I blind? Report. Oh, accounts. Drag and drop. Drag and drop. Okay. And then you're saying select column. Which one do I add? You said trailing account, and then you said I could add distance to save. So distance to auto liquidation and distance to daily. Okay, so distance to daily loss limit is not showing up. So this is 7,600, which I'm a little confused of how they even got to that number, to be completely honest with all of you. And did I add the right one? Distance to auto liquidation. So this one is useless. Let's just add a bunch and see what happens. Drawdown auto. So what does this mean? Click on the accounts and drag it and put it on your screen, then add trailing and drawdown. Okay, well, distance drawdown 3,500. That's how much I made today, but I've been trading on these. Drawdown auto. So I guess with all these numbers, how would you guys interpret that? Do I only have this money, or do I have this money and then a little bit on top of that? Is my question. I feel like the fact that I don't know that, it tells me I shouldn't trade on those today, just because today's wild. The fact that I made any money, maybe I should just be stoked about that and see if tomorrow's a bit more calm. Feels like maybe this isn't the environment to rip it. But that's only for one account. All the other ones are end of day, so I didn't really mess up that buffer on that at all. So the only one that's kind of in question of, do I still have the 4.5K or do I just have the 3K now, is MFF. But all these other ones, not only do I have the profits, but I think I have another $1,000 of drawdown if things go wrong. It looks like you may have lost the 1K into drawdown because it should be 4,500. Oh, that's a bummer. So theirs is then real time. Distance to drawdown 3,500. Okay, so I lost a portion of it. So I have this number and an extra $400. I think this is the culprit. So I did lose about $1,000 of drawdown. Bummer. I lost 25% of my drawdown on those, but that's common on the daily payout ones. You see that on TPT as well. But all the other ones, I still have 4.5. So whatever. It is what it is. I can't do anything about it now. I guess I could have not let it pull back. I could have got out on the push and then had the numbers be equal, but I can't really complain about much today because this market's crazy. Like these movements are gigantic. So the fact that I made any money at all, I think I should be stoked about it. And I did make 1.5K, 1, 2, 3, 5, 10, 13, 5, 10, 15, right? 5, 10, 15, 18. So I made 18 times 1.5. So 18 plus 9, 27. So I made 27K and some change. So honestly, with craziness like this, to be able to lock in $27,000, dude, not going to complain about it. Not going to complain about it. And if you're new to this is the world of sim to funded trading. It means you buy an eval from one of these firms, such as Stratify. If you pass the eval, then they move you to a funded account. And if you trade well in the funded account, well, then you could request actual payouts. So it's called sim to funded. You could do it with futures accounts. There are stock and options ones, but what I just did in front of you was all futures. And the evaluation, which is just a one-time payment, there's no upgrade fee when you pass the test. And the test is just, can you hit a certain profit target without a certain drawdown? You can take the test for as cheaply as $71. So I view it as a very good bridge as you're working on your trading career and working on your trading system. I think it's a good bridge between paper trading and fully funding your own account. It's like right in between. Do you still buy Apex evals? I can't, because I have the 20 accounts and everything. I can't trade on Apex at the moment as my account is being reviewed for the $1 million payout. So no, my account is frozen. It's been frozen since Feb 5th. Are you done for the day? Yeah, I'm done for the day. And I knew I should be done for the day because I was about to take this long right here at 687. And granted, it did go up a decent chunk in my favor, but seeing how my read on it was wrong and we're starting to break down, I actually think it's going back. I mean, you have the classic head, shoulder, shoulder. You're snapping the neckline as we speak. So if anything, the good trade was here, breakdown at 625, and now you're already up almost 100 points. But my read here, I was about to go long. That's why I had that line. So the fact that my read on this was wrong and I'm green, I mean, I would have given all of this back and then some. So no, dude, on crazy days like this, when I can fortunately already lock in 27K and I have the opportunity to call it a day, yeah, definitely going to be calling it a day. So that's what I have for you folks. I appreciate all the good vibes. Hang on, my producer sent something in about Wendy's. What is this? What do we have here? Wendy's hit 907, up another 15% after yesterday's 26% rally. The thesis driving the surge: Wendy has lost 66% of its value over 5 years with short interest. It's around 35%. A viral Save Wendy's post on Wall Street Bets Reddit triggered retail buying, sending the volume past 200 million. The day before that was at 7 million, so it's a huge increase. The same day, Wendy's named Steve as CFO, reuniting him with the CEO, Bob, after their duo drove a 500% plus share recovery for Potbelly Sandwich Works. Wendy's largest shareholder, Nelson Peltz, is reportedly in talks to private discussion for $5 billion. Wendy's runs 7,000 plus restaurants globally with $2.2 billion in revenue, but the same store sales fell 5.5% last quarter and operating profit dropped 22%. Is this a squeeze or a turnaround? Oh, it's definitely a squeeze. Definitely a squeeze, but kind of interesting just to add a little bit of context to all that. Anyway, the market's starting to turn. That's my sign that, my read right here. I was about to go long. It ended up being a lower high. That breakdown, honestly, if I took it, I'm hoping I would have been able to only get out for a 60-point hit, which would have been giving back most of my profits. And then good players right there went short on this breakdown of 623. And then within 1 minute, your stop's already at break even. And congrats, you're already up 100 points. So if you took that, congrats to you. What percentage can you make it as a payout from that 27 profit today? Different for different firms. Some firms make you trade for 5 days. Some have daily payouts. Some make you trade for 7 days. Different firms have slightly nuanced rules. But for me, I'm going to take none of it because I want to keep that buffer in there. So all this money I made, I'm adding onto the buffer that I had from a little bit from yesterday. So what I'm actually going to take from it today, zero, zilch, nada, goose egg. I just want more buffer in these accounts so I have more room to run with. So as days continue to be crazy, I don't have to sweat it as much. So buffer is king. So my first goal right now is to get to about $6,000 or $7,000 of buffer, and then I'll start taking the payout. So like I said, I want about $6,000 or $7,000 of buffer, and then I'll be going from there, which based on that today, I'm roughly halfway, depending on the account that you're looking at, maybe slightly under halfway. So that's the goal, and hopefully I can stick to it. But like I said, if you want to try it for yourself, if you want to see what's going on and trade with someone else's money, Tradeify, pinned to the top of chat in the description of the video. Use that code Goonie, Goonie, and you could get a fat 35% discount and get rocking for as cheaply as $71. I do like the select accounts the best, but obviously that is my personal opinion. So best of luck with all of that. And more importantly, I appreciate all the good vibes. Today's a crazy day. It's literally the opposite of what I thought would happen today. But hey, we managed to make money nonetheless. So thank you for all the support. Thanks for the words of encouragement. I hope you made a buttload of money, and I hope you make even more money in the remainder of the day. We will be back tomorrow, not only to watch what's going on with Wendy's, to see what's going on with Micron, to see what's going on with the overall market, but we will be here for the final payday Friday of the month of June. So if you want to stop by for some free giveaways, for some marble races, for some cash, for craziness in the market, we will be here tomorrow morning as well. I hope to see you there. Thanks for all the good vibes. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.